69 weird facts with explanations. Science and physics. 1. Lightning creates plasma that's hotter than the surface of the sun. A lightning bolt can reach temperatures of 30,000 degrees Celsius, 54,000 degrees Fahrenheit, while the sun's surface is about 5,500 degrees Celsius, 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. 2. If you removed all the empty space from atoms, humanity would fit in a sugar cube. Atoms are 99.9999999% empty space, so removing the space would compress all humans to an incredibly small volume. 3. Water can exist in 3 states simultaneously, at exactly 0.01 degrees Celsius and 611.657 pascals. The triple point. Water can exist as a solid, liquid, and gas at the same time. 4. A tablespoon of neutron star would weigh about 1 billion tons. The extreme density of neutron stars makes them among the most compact objects in the universe. 5. The largest known prime number has over 24 million digits. Discovered in 2018, this number would take about 3 weeks to write out by today. 6. Pluto hasn't completed a full orbit of the Sun since its discovery. Discovered in 1930, Pluto takes 248 years to orbit the Sun and won't complete its first observed orbit until 2178. 7. Sound travels 15 times faster through steel than through air. Sound waves move at about 343 meters per second in air, but approximately 5,120 meters per second in steel. 8. There are more atoms in a single glass of water than there are glasses of water in all the oceans. A glass of water contains about 10 superscript 2 molecules, each with 3 atoms. 9. The human body emits light we can't see, known as bioluminescence. This light is about 1,000 times weaker than what our eyes can detect. 10. All the gold ever mined would fit in 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools. The total volume of all gold ever extracted is estimated at about 198,000 cubic meters. Animals in nature. 11. A mantis shrimp can strike with the force of a .22 caliber bullet. Their specialized appendages accelerate at 102,000 meters per square second, creating cavitation bubbles that can stun prey even if the punch misses. 12. Blue whales' hearts beat only 8 to 10 times per minute. Despite being the size of a small car, their hearts beat extraordinarily slowly. 13. Tardigrades can survive in a vacuum of space. These microscopic creatures can withstand extreme radiation, pressure, and temperature, surviving even in a vacuum of space for days. 14. Some jellyfish are biologically immortal. Turritopsis dohrnii can revert to an earlier stage of development when stressed, potentially living forever, if not immediately killed. 15. Polar bears have black skin beneath their transparent fur. Their fur appears white because it reflects visible light, but the skin underneath is black to better absorb heat. 16. Crows can recognize human faces and hold grudges. They can remember people who have threatened them and warn other crows about these people. 17. A cockroach can live for weeks without its head. They breathe through spiracles in their body segments and don't need their head to breathe. 18. The loudest animal on Earth is a tiny shrimp. The pistol shrimp creates a bubble that collapses with such force it produces a sound reaching 218 decibels. 19. Certain orchids have evolved to look like female insects. This tricks male insects into attempting to mate with the flowers, transferring pollen in the process. 20. Peacock mantis shrimp can see light wavelengths no other animal can perceive. They have 16 color receptors compared to humans' 3, allowing them to see ultraviolet and polarized light. Human body. 21. Everyone's tongue print is unique. Like fingerprints, tongue prints have unique patterns and are being explored for biometric identification. 22. Humans shed about 600,000 skin particles every hour. This amounts to about 1.5 pounds of skin per year. 23. Your brain operates on about 12 watts of power. This is roughly the same amount of energy as a low-powered LED light bulb. 24. The cornea is the only part of the human body with no blood supply. It receives oxygen directly from the air, which is why contacts can sometimes cause issues. 25. Adult human bones are continually remodeled. About 10% of your skeleton is replaced each year through constant remodeling processes. 26. The tongue is the strongest muscle relative to its size. It's composed of 8 different muscles that work together without tiring you. 27. The human eye can distinguish between approximately 10 million different colors. This is due to the 3 types of cone cells in our retinas that detect different wavelengths of light. 28. Stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve razor blades. The hydrochloric acid in your stomach has a pH level of about 2, making it powerful enough to corrode metal. 29. A human skeleton renews itself completely every 10 years. Your body constantly dismantles and rebuilds your bones through cells called osteoclasts and osteoblasts. Ekins. 30. The longest recorded sneeze lasted 978 days. A UK woman named Donna Griffith sneezed continually from January 1981 to September 1983. History. 31. In ancient Rome, urine was used as mouthwash. The ammonia in urine was effective for cleaning teeth and freshening breath. 32. In medieval times, people believed that spider webs could cure warts. The webs were collected, made into a paste, and applied to warts as a remedy. 33. The shortest war in history lasted only 38 minutes. The Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896 began at 9:02 a.m. and ended at 9:40 a.m. with a British victory. 34. For a brief period, cocaine was an ingredient in Coca-Cola. From its creation in 1886 until 1903, Coca-Cola contained small amounts of cocaine. 35. Ancient Egyptians used crocodile dung as a contraceptive. The acidic properties of the dung were believed to act as a spermicide. 36. During World War I, a Canadian soldier single-handedly captured an entire town. Private James Peter Robertson captured the German-held town of Passchendaele in 1917. 37. Before toilet paper was invented, people used corn cobs. Colonial Americans commonly used dried corn cobs as toilet paper. 38. In 18th century England, pineapples were so expensive they were often rented. People would rent pineapples to display at parties as a status symbol, then return them to be sold to someone who would actually eat them. 39. Viking warriors used the skulls of their enemies as drinking vessels. This practice was part of their belief that drinking from the enemy's skull transferred their strength. 40. In ancient China, the discovery of gunpowder was an accident. Alchemists seeking an elixir of immortality inadvertently created explosives instead. Food and drink. 41. Cheese is the most stolen food in the world. High-value cheeses like Parmesan are frequently targeted by thieves due to their high resale value. 42. Nutmeg in large doses is hallucinogenic. It contains myristicin, which in large amounts can cause hallucinations and psychoactive effects. 43. Apples belong to the rose family, along with pears, cherries, and plums. Apples are members of the Rosaceae family. 44. One strawberry has about 200 seeds. The tiny yellow specks on the outside of a strawberry are actually individual fruits, each containing one seed. 45. The most expensive coffee in the world comes from elephant dung. Black ivory coffee is made from beans that have been digested by elephants, selling for over $1,000 per pound. 46. A chef's hat has 100 pleats. Traditionally, the pleats represented the 100 ways a chef knew how to prepare eggs. 47. Potatoes were the first food grown in space. In 1995, potato plants were grown aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia. 48. Honey is the only food that never spoils. Its low moisture content and acidic pH prevent bacterial growth, making it virtually imperishable. 49. Ketchup was sold as medicine in the 1830s. Physicians prescribed it to treat diarrhea, indigestion, and other stomach ailments. 50. Dynamite is made with peanuts. Glycerin, a key ingredient in nitroglycerin, the explosive liquid in dynamite, can be derived from peanut oil. Technology in space. 51. There are more possible combinations in a deck of cards than atoms on Earth. A deck of 52 cards is 8.06 times 10 to the power of 67 possible arrangements, far exceeding the estimated 10 to the power of 50 atoms on Earth. 52. The first computer mouse was made of wood. Invented by Douglas Engelbart in 1964, the first mouse prototype was carved from wood. 53. A single cloud can weigh more than 1,000,000 pounds. Despite appearing light and fluffy, clouds contain enormous amounts of water droplets. 54. The International Space Station travels at 17,500 mph. At this speed, it completes an orbit around Earth every 90 minutes. 55. The entire internet weighs about the same as a strawberry. The electrons that make up the information on the internet weigh approximately 50 grams. 56. Mars has blue sunsets. The fine dust in Mars' atmosphere scatters blue light, creating blue-tinted sunsets unlike Earth's red ones. 57. The first digital photograph was taken in 1957. It was a scan of a baby picture taken by Russell Kirch of Sun. 58. Uranus rotates sideways. Unlike other planets that spin like tops, Uranus rotates on its side with its poles pointing toward and away from the Sun. 59. The first website is still online. Created by Tim Berners-Lee in 1991, the world's first website can still be accessed at its original URL. 60. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. Venus takes 243 Earth days to rotate once on its axis, but only 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. Entertainment and art. 61. The MGM lion roar was recorded using recycled sound. The famous lion roar you hear in MGM films was actually recorded in 1929 and has been reused for decades. 62. The original Xbox was going to be called the DirectX box. It was shortened to Xbox because the original name was deemed too technical. 63. Alfred Hitchcock had no belly button. A surgical procedure during childhood left the famous director without a visible name. 64. Honeybees can recognize human faces. They use the same visual processing mechanisms humans use for facial recognition. 65. Walt Disney was afraid of mice. Despite creating Mickey Mouse, Disney reportedly had a fear of actual mice. 66. Queen Elizabeth II was a trained mechanic. During World War II, she trained as a mechanic and driver in the Women's Auxiliary Territorial Service. 67. The world's oldest piece of chewing gum is 9,000 years old. Archaeologists discovered this ancient birch bark tar gum with tooth marks in Finland. 68. The Wilhelm scream has been used in over 400 films. This distinctive scream sound effect has become an inside joke in the film industry. 69. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the invention of the iPhone than to the building of the pyramids. The Great Pyramid was completed around 2560 BC, while Cleopatra lived around 30 BC. Like and subscribe for more.